Say you have a task list in Google Sheets. You might start by just putting the first column as a task, get, juice, squeeze, juice, sell, juice, and you realize that you have to associate this task with a project. So you put the project in column B, and I'll call this Ice Juice project, and if you copy and paste this down here, more tasks might be download app, create algorithm, and then let's say user testing. And this will be for project Riot. So you have these two projects, and as more projects and tasks come on, you have to add them into the column B, and column C will just be the status. Let's say this is to do in progress, and progress to do done. And what I've seen pretty often is people want to indicate what these different projects and statuses mean. So you might do something like this, where you insert a note, and you would say, Ice Juice, our project to create a new green juice, and then for Raya, new data. And so someone would have to go into this note to see what these projects mean, or you put it in a comment. Same thing for status. You would also insert a note here where to do is stuff in our backlog, in progress is stuff working on, so on and so forth. And so it's doable, but imagine if your statuses change, the definitions change. And so what ends up happening is I see some people do this, where you do like status definition, where to do equals stuff in our backlog, and then in progress equals stuff we're working on. Then this becomes kind of like a key where you might select these cells and maybe put a border around it like this, give it some background color, let's see here, something like that. And so people know, like, by doing to do, I am doing stuff in our backlog. But again, if stuff changes here, stuff in our backlog is stuff in our super secret project, you still have to reference this definition. And maybe you want to put this in a separate sheet so it's cleaner, put that here instead of in your sheet one, but now you don't see what the meaning of that to do is anymore. The alternative to doing this in Coda is here. I have all my same tasks, project, and statuses. You can do add description and say blah, blah, blah. The easiest thing to do here is just 2 clicks, 1 click here, and then column type, and just type in relation and create a new table. And so this creates a new table with those values. Create below the table here. And now I have a table called project. And if I add a new project here, let's call this Raya, I can also give this a project. These are now linked to this table. And if I hover over any of these projects, I see what that project is all about. Same thing for status. If I click on column type and do relation again, create a brand new table, call it status below current table. I have a neat new table here. I can also add new, and this becomes a new option I can select in my dropdown. But more importantly, I only have to create the definition here in one place. To do is in our backlog, stuff to do. And now for my teammates, if I hover over these chips now, I can see exactly what the definition is without having to reference like this separate key or look inside the comment of the top of the column. Now other tables can reference this status table because this is one definition or index of all the statuses and what they mean. When you start filling out a task list or any kind of table and you're repeating yourself, you simply do this new table to create an index that can be referenced everywhere else in the doc.